Ben Jacobson here with a Pelican 1510 hard case review. Make sure you also check out my Think Tank Airport Ultralight 2.5 review. It's actually the bag that's in here, and I will go over it briefly here as well. But I basically wanted to show you 4 different options that fit in this Pelican case and just kind of show you the pluses and minuses of them. This case is great for flying because it's designed to be the maximum carry-on size for airplanes. The one thing that is against it in that regard is it's quite heavy when you load it with your gear. So you'd have to check with your airline, make sure it's legal. I've never had problems with it in the United States, but I know overseas they're much more strict about having weights set that are lighter maximums than we have, and they actually enforce them. Here they don't. But so this bag, it's not really a bag, this case is waterproof, bomb-proof, whatever you want to call it. It's a great way to feel safe about having your gear go anywhere with you. It has metal reinforcements at the locking points, so if you take a TSA lock with you and heaven forbid they gate check your bag, it's safe under the plane. So it's a nice peace of mind to have. It's also great for going around places in your car. You can just your gear can get tossed around a little bit more inside here and be safe. So, but what I really wanted to show you today was some of the options for what fits inside of it. So right now, here's a Think Tank ultralight backpack, which fits. It's designed to fit in that box, basically, and take the whole space. It's not exact because it fits a few different cases, but they're all very similar, so it's about an inch short, but the right width and height. That's one option. It's very nice in that it's a backpack when you want to use it as a backpack, or it's an insert. But if you didn't want to go that route, another option, this is Pelican's own divider. And one thing to notice is there's 2 little dents in the corners here and one right here. And if you look in the case, that's where the wheels are and where the handle is at the top. So as it goes in, you just have to put it in the right way. And the padding just kind of sticks here. And it gives you a really nice insert set into the same thing. When you get to where you're going, you have no way to carry your camera. So some people might prefer this. It's a great way to store things around your house to where, like if you want to keep some stuff in your basement or whatever, that's how I happen to use it. So it's a great storage method this way, but not so practical in terms of using it when you get to where you're going, where the backpack is much more practical that way. The next item is kind of a happy medium between the 2 options. This is my f-stop ICU from my Loca. This is a shallow medium shallow large, and you can see my inserts. That's how I have mine laid out. So you can toss this in here, and there's actually room in the lid. You can leave the egg crate in, or put some magazines, or maybe a laptop over the top in a padded bag. And when you shove it up towards the ends, there's actually quite a bit of room at the base for more gear. So depending on what you're doing, if you're an f-stop user, this is a great option. And traditionally, what I'll do is, if I want to go the f-stop route, this will get checked in that and carried on, and then I will take my f-stop backpack, my Loca, and just stick it in my checked bag with no ICU. It's just thin, so it really takes up no space there, and I have the security of having my Pelican case if I need it. And then the last option is, this happens to be a Think Tank Sling-O-Matic 20. Which fits very well. I've converted mine to a backpack, so it's got much thinner straps, but it does fit right in. You kind of lose the space at the top for the padding. You're going to have to take that out with this, but you do have a little bit of space at the bottom for more stuff. You could fit your laptop. There's a section in that bag for it. But what this really shows you is you have options. If you want to take just a regular shoulder bag, it'll most likely fit in here. So you don't necessarily have to stick to the obvious options of inserts. I know they have their pluck and peel foam too. But if you just pull everything out, you can just fit regular camera bags in here, and if you pack it well enough, it's not going to be an issue with things slopping around in there. So yeah, the biggest thing is just, if you're worried at all about the safety of your gear, these hard cases are a great way to travel and have your gear be safe. If I had to have my stuff checked on a plane, I would fight it pretty much I would do anything I could to not let them gate check my bag, and just explain to them what's in it. I would take cameras out of bags, stuff like that. But with this, if it did happen, at least you know your gear is safe in terms of not being broken. So it just gives you a little bit of peace of mind. So hopefully that helps. I know I had a lot of questions before I got my case as to how to lay it out, what I was going to put inside of it. My preferred two ways of traveling with it is at home I leave the regular inserts in it and just use it as a kind of a storage locker, because like I said, it goes in my basement, and heaven forbid the water heater or anything blows up, it's waterproof. And then my other way to travel with it is I'll use the Think Tank ICU, drop that in there, and then my laptop can fit on top. When I get on the plane, I just pop it open, grab the laptop, throw it on my seat, and throw everything else in the overhead bin. So it's safe. If I get gate checked, it's fine. My backpack is in my duffel bag with the rest of my gear, so it's there when I get there. I have my Loca, which I love, and it just gives me the best options safety-wise. Although I will admit, when I fly domestically and I know I'm on all big planes, I just take the Loca on the plane by itself. I don't bother with the case. When I start to fly on, when I know there's going to be small flights involved, small planes involved, going to more remote locations, whether it be internationally or just into small domestic airports, that's when the case comes out. The one thing I don't like about it is, like I said, it's heavy. So if you are flying internationally, the case alone could be over the weight limit. So make sure you check that. But it's also difficult to lift up and put in. And the other thing is, there's really no way to strap anything on the outside. So when you go to get on the plane, it's got to be closed. You get to your seat, you then have to open it in a confined area, get out what you want to have on your plane, on your lap for the plane ride, close it again, and then lift it. So it's a little weird that way. Whereas if you were to get a Think Tank roller, it just has that Velcro pocket in the front. You yank out your laptop really fast, do it. So it's not the most practical mode to transport your stuff. It's the safest. So you really have to make that decision for yourself, whether it's worth the money and the weight and the hassles to deal with such a hard case to get your gear someplace. So hopefully this helped you see just some of the options, laying it out, and it'll help you make your decision as to how you want to travel with your gear. So this is Ben Jacobson with Ben Jacobson Photo with a Pelican. This is the 1510 video review. Thank you.